Wait, did you mute me? Well, welcome everybody. I'm Suzanne. Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm Suzanne Klasen, and my husband Steve and I are the owners of CruiseOne in Show, Arizona. Lauren, our daughter-in-law, runs our Tucson office, and she helps out with us in a lot of different ways. And so sometimes when you call, you will get her on the phone, and she's always eager to help. She's just a great part of our team. So let's get started with our presentation. The first thing I have is a wonderful video from Windstar, and it's Windstar Knows the Way. Oh, wait, hang on. I got to pause that. I forgot to share. Hang on, when I did my share, I forgot to share the audio. Hang on, I got to fix that. All right. Now we're ready to go. Okay. Now we can play the video.
The wind and stars have guided the journeys of travelers throughout history. Today, they illuminate paths forward for you to explore the world one enchanting destination at a time. Feel the wind in our sailing ships and see the stars shining on our all-suite yachts as you discover iconic and off-the-beaten-path ports in private yacht style. Cruise anywhere you like, any way you like, with all-inclusive or cruise-only fares. From the timeless golden days in the Mediterranean to the turquoise lagoons of Tahiti, the majesty of the fjords of Northern Europe, to the carefree spirit of the Caribbean, Windstar knows the way. Our welcoming crew delights in your smile and welcomes you to dine on fresh, locally inspired cuisine created by the official cruise line of the James Beard Foundation. With just 148 to 342 discerning guests like yourself on board, you'll come home with more than just unforgettable memories. You'll come home with lifelong friends and a newfound perspective. That's the magic of the wind and stars. That's travel with Windstar. A journey that's 180 degrees from ordinary.
All right, I love that video because it really sets the mood for what the Windstar experience is about. So we're going to talk about the getaway to Greece and Turkey, mostly in 2027. But as I announced in the beginning, before we started our presentation, I called Windstar at 5:30 Arizona time, and they let me know that they had 2 porthole suites available and 1 Star Ocean View suite available as of 5:30 today on the 2026 sailings. That's the October 19th, 2026 sailing that we are hosting our cruise on. So if you are interested in that, be sure to call me tonight. I'll get your profile information and I will call and get you booked in one of those suites first thing in the morning.
For reference, we do have 20 cabins going with us in 26, so it's a good size.
Yeah, we have a good size group on that one. So just to tell you a little bit about our agency, we've been in business for over 14 years. We have an extreme passion for exploration. Steve and I travel a lot, and wherever we are in the world, that is where our office is. But at the same time, your dream vacation is really what our mission is. And we use all of that experience that we have traveling to give our clients exceptional vacations. When we are traveling, we consider it doing research so that you will have a great experience when you actually travel. Again, we're avid travelers ourselves. We run our business from wherever we are in the world, and it's just, we share that passion with our clients. Some advantages of working with our agency: you have definitely got an insider on working on your behalf. Steve and I, we just announced yesterday that we achieved the Circle of Excellence Award, which is an award given to the top 2% of CruiseOne and Dream Vacations franchises. And what that means is that we have built special relationships with all of our suppliers: Windstar, Holland America, Regent, Silver Sea, Celebrity. All of those prestigious cruise lines, we work hand in hand with them to make sure that we are meeting all of our customer needs, and we build strong relationships with their representatives. So whenever our clients need anything, we know exactly who to call and who we can call in the favors with to get something done. We have expert planning assistants. I had a client just yesterday. She said, now, is this hotel one of the ones in Reykjavik where they can pick you up on the bus? I said, yep, absolutely. I had clients that were picked up on the bus last year. We know that one size doesn't fit all. We offer consultative planning services. We do have a low price guarantee. You will never pay more booking through us than you will directly with the cruise line. And help is just one phone call away. You don't have long hold queues with us and are no long hold times. And I'll tell you the best kept secret in travel is that the commission we earn as highly skilled professional travel agents is built into the cost of the cruise, whether you use our expertise or not. So if you're booking directly with a cruise line, you're actually paying for something that you're not getting. And it's all the information, the knowledge, the experience that Steve and Lauren and I bring to the table when we are helping you plan your cruise. So, and in this case, our prices beat the socks off of Windstar Direct. So as a matter of fact, Michelle, who was one of the ones that booked over the weekend, she went to a presentation on board the ship. And she's like, I can't believe how much lower your prices are than what they were offering on board the ship. And that's why we're here tonight, because for years, our agency has had these amazing savings on cruises. And we were struggling with the way, how do we let people know that we have these prices and these savings? And then we started doing these webinars and we post them on YouTube and we advertise our pricing. It's just a really great way to get that information out to our clients. We're excited about the destination. We share our pricing, we share our group experience. And it's just a great way for us to reach new clients and even our existing clients, because we send these emails out to our database and let them know, hey, we're hosting a webinar. You can learn about this cruise. So this is our 2026 pricing. As I said, we have 2 porthole suites and 1-star ocean view suite. I have a little comparison of the pricing. This pricing was from a couple months ago. I didn't redo it today because I thought we only had one cabin left, but we actually have 3. It is a tremendous savings per suite over booking with Windstar Direct. And like I said, the direct price might have even gone up. I didn't redo the chart because I only thought we all had 1 cabin.
You have 2 SP and 1 S1, is that correct right now?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Okay, so moving on to the itinerary. So that's the same itinerary for 2026 or 2027. It's just different starting dates. 2027 starts on October 10th and 2026 starts October 19th. Same exact itinerary, beautiful, lovely, all in this Aegean Sea. Just great, fantastic itinerary. The cruise is going to start in Istanbul, which of course is the capital of Turkey. And maybe we all know this, but it was once called the ancient city of Constantinople. It has so many must-sees that you really want to see. They're like the Blue Mosque, the Grand Bazaar. You might want to take in like a dinner cruise on the Bosphorus. That's kind of one of the interesting things. The Bosphorus is that channel that separates the Asian side of Istanbul with the European side. Those Bosphorus cruises sometimes have dancers and entertainment. It really is a wonderful, fun thing to do. And then we'll board our ship. The first place that we're going to visit is this little tiny island of Lemnos, Greece. It's rarely visited by cruise ships because the big cruise ships just can't get in there. It's got ruins of a Venetian fortress. There's a church. They're just crystal clear waters. And you know what? It's pretty much been warm enough in October to be able to get in the water. So maybe you can do a little snorkeling. There's also an archaeology museum there. So going to be this little quiet little town. And we're going to have our little ship with 300 passengers. We're going to be just, this wonderful, just quaint experience in this little town. Okay, then we're going to go to Mykonos, Greece. And these are actually my own pictures that I took the last time I was in Mykonos. I always try to share my own pictures as much as I can. This is a favorite stop of cruise ships because it is so picturesque. Because these windmills are famous. It's just this charming little town. When you get off there, there's so many places that you can just explore on your own. There's an area called Little Venice. The waters are crystal clear. There is a little rocky beach that you can swim and snorkel off right out of town. There's really not much in the way of facilities there, so you would just need to come in your swimsuit, maybe bring your own equipment and your own towels. But you could just and you would need to wear water shoes because, like I said, it is a rocky beach, but something that you can enjoy for free, just right off the ship. But they also have great shore excursions. I am really impressed with the pricing of the shore excursions. Now, you notice the one on the bottom, that's a private rib boat, and that's for a group. So that for $34.99, I'm not sure how many people, that might even be up to 10 people for 30, so that would be like $3.50 a person up to 10 people. But if you see these other ones, they are really, pretty fairly priced. And so some great things to do. But this is also a place, like I said, you can get off and walk around the town, and it's so charming that and beautiful and picturesque. You could just have like a little photography day there, and it would be fun. As a matter of fact, I do know some ladies that have done that flying dress photography session where you have the big, huge dress blowing in the wind. So that can be a fun thing to do there too. Let's see, moving ahead. Kusadasi, which is the gateway to ancient Ephesus. So ancient Ephesus used to be a coastal city, but it was on a river that silted up, and so it's now not on the coast. And that's why the city was abandoned, and it kind of just disappeared. And then it was rediscovered and has been excavated for a long time. Kat Wall, who's on our webinar here, said that she was there back in 1990. So many things have been excavated since that time. It's, in 35 years, many things have been rediscovered and reconstructed. It is a beautiful city, and it is where it's a biblical city. It's the city of St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians. It was also, before it became an important Christian site, it was an important Roman and Greek pagan site. It's where it was the goddess Artemis or Diana, depending on if you're Greek or Roman, was the goddess of fertility, and they would go there to worship her. And you can walk down Harbor Street, which was the street where St. Paul and St. John the Apostle evangelized. It's also where it's tradition that St. John was believed to have settled with the Virgin Mary, and where she lived her final days. So just kind of some interesting things about Ephesus. I'll go to show you the shore excursions. They're, again, pretty reasonably priced. So you can see Kusadasi, Ephesus, and the ancient houses. And Steve, that's what we booked, isn't it?
Yes,
Is that
that's what we're
correct?
doing. Yes.
That's the one we're doing, because we didn't see the ancient houses when we were there before. You can also,
Right.
if
They
you're
weren't
into,
open yet. So yeah, we didn't see them.
yeah, they were still excavating them. If you like museums, Steve does not, but what sometimes you find is when they're excavating areas and they find some really beautiful pieces, they will put them in the museum to preserve them. So sometimes you'll find some more preserved pieces if you go in the museum. I definitely would recommend going to Ephesus during the day. But if you want to do something else, we are going back to Ephesus. This is Windstar's Destination Discovery event. We are going to have dinner and a concert right here in front of the Library of Ephesus. It will be an event just exclusively for our Windstar passengers. It's kind of like a field trip. They put us all on a bus. We do have it on Harbor Street. I believe this picture is taken when one of their smaller ships visits, maybe the sailing ships. Ours is a yacht. It is a motor yacht. We have more passengers, so they do the dinner more on the street, but still a gorgeous setting. Concert, dinner, white glove service, going to be an amazing experience for us. Then we'll head on back to Turkey and we go to Bodrum, Turkey. This is, again, another beautiful resort area. They have a museum of underwater archaeology. And it's all things that have been recovered from like sunken ships or maybe even some cities or things, not cities, but like fortresses, things that have kind of fallen into the ocean and they've recovered them. There are things from there is a Persian Empire mausoleum located in Bodrum. So lots of interesting archaeological sites, and also it's known for its beautiful beaches there. So lots of really reasonably priced shore excursions there as well. You've got some, the castle, the mausoleum. You could just walk off the ship and go see that Museum for Underwater Archaeology. There are some private excursions, but you can book those for, it's not per person. That is for a number of people if you wanted to get a group together. If you are a scuba diver, you can even go scuba diving there. So some interesting things to do there in Bodrum as well. Then the exciting thing is the beautiful island city of Santorini. And what's going to be so exciting is that Santorini can be sometimes flooded with tourists when several mega ships are going to be there. So our little 300 passenger ship is not going to be overwhelming that island. I believe there might be a small 2,000 passenger ship in there
there'll be
on
one
the
of those
same
ships
day.
there that day.
Yeah, a Norwegian ship with
I think it's like
2,400
2,000,
guests.
2,500.
Yeah, if the ship's full, it's about 2,400. So there'll only be 2,700 cruise guests that day. Sometimes Santorini can have as many as 15,000 cruise guests a day. So our little 2,700 people is going to be quite comfortable in Santorini that day. And there are all different kinds of things that we can do in Santorini. And I'll just show you the different excursions that they offer there. There's the ancient city of Akatori, and why? I mean, just all that. What did we end up booking here, Steve? Do you remember what we booked here? Did we book the winery? That sounds like us. I'm trying to remember. Maybe the one with free time, the one for $119. That sounds like us too. Just a chance to explore. But again, I feel like the excursions that, for 139 to 179 are very moderately priced. Again, some of these are going to be private excursions, and that's why they're so much. But they can be shared, and they're by several people, and they're not that expensive. So then I'm very excited about this because Windstar is one of the few cruise lines that ports in Atea, and that's just a short trip to the ancient site of Delphi. I don't think I've seen any other cruise ships porting in Atea. The big ships just can't get in there. And this is a place where you can see the famous, where the Oracle of Delphi did her prophesying. The Athenian treasury was located here in Delphi. There's a Greek theater. There's a hippodrome and an athletic stadium. So ruins of, that really go back to the Greek Empire, you can see in there. And the excursions here, again, you've got some of those private excursions, right? Which can be shared among people. That's not a per person price on those private excursions. And then you've also got, these moderately priced ones that are per person priced. And then this is what's so exciting. There are only a handful of cruise ships that are small enough to be able to traverse the Corinth Canal. And the Windstar ships are some of them. So we will the Legend will traverse the Corinth Canal, and it'll be something spectacular because we barely fit, but we do. So that's going to be an exciting moment. And then our cruise ends in Athens. We're going to extend our stay by 3 days and spend some time seeing some of the monuments. Yeah, 3 nights. 3 nights. See, we're going to go to I think my daughter and her fiance, who will be married by then, are going to plan to see the Acropolis. I want to go to the Acropolis Museum, and they said they would go with me. Remember, Steve doesn't like museums. And then we've got a couple other things maybe to go to that city where it was in the James Bond movie, and they have all the monasteries on top of the hills, and What was the other thing we were thinking? We maybe wanted to do Footsteps of St. Paul or something like that. So many
Temple of
interesting
Poseidon.
things. Yeah, and maybe go to see the Poseidon monument.
Yeah, the
But
Greece
just
Riviera.
some suggested things to do. October wouldn't be too bad, but if you do the Acropolis and the Parthenon, I do suggest going first thing in the morning before the crowds get there and before it gets hot. October should be a little bit cooler. Again, the Acropolis Museum, where all the statues that you just saw in that picture, they're replicas because they wanted to put the originals protected so they wouldn't get destroyed by pollution and acid rain and that kind of stuff. That was the Meteora monasteries and hermit caves. That's one of the ones I wanted to go to. There's also a day tour to Mycenae. And again, biblical tours of ancient Corinth. We go through the Corinth Canal, but we don't actually go to Corinth on the Windstar.
What does it mean when we say?
So that's kind of a summary of the cruise. And I have another little video from Windstar. So I kind of want, before I jump into that, I just want to just say, it's a great itinerary and, bookend great cities, Istanbul, Athens. So now we're going to kind of jump in a little bit more to talk about Windstar and what the onboard experience is going to be like. So here's a cute little video from Windstar.
What does it mean when we say Windstar knows the way to Europe? It means we know the way to create more time, opportunity, freedom. Select a destination, choose your adventure, and fully immerse yourself like a local. Serving just 148 to 342 guests, our sailing and all-suite yachts are guided by the wind and the stars to nearly 75 itineraries and more than 150 ports throughout Europe. Our private yacht-style cruises deliver you to the doorways of intimate, iconic European settings in France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece, Croatia, Iceland, Norway, and more. With Windstar, coming on board feels like coming home. Personal service and genuine hospitality are provided by friendly crew members who know your name and your tastes. Our casual, welcoming atmosphere means you can relax and be yourself. On board each of our yachts, every meal is a world-class dining experience. Our acclaimed chefs create fresh, regional dishes, delivering flavor from port to plate. You may choose to indulge in exceptional local or global cuisines, created and served daily. Cruise anywhere you like, any way you like. The possibilities are limitless. For a European cruise that's 180 degrees from ordinary, Windstar knows the way.
So here is our ship. It is the Star Legend. It is pretty much the closest you can come to sailing on a private yacht for a fraction of the cost. It was renovated in 2021. They actually cut the ship in half and stretched it. They added more venues and more suites, so it accommodates 312 guests. I kind of like to say the size of the ship is a bit like a river cruise. With river cruises usually accommodate about 168 to 200 guests, so a little bit bigger, but a little more spacious as well. So I've some more pictures of it. This is the Star Initiative where they cut it in half and did the expansion on it. Now this film was made in 21, so you're going to see masks. There's no more masks on the ship.
Star Class. This is a completely reimagined operating platform where we inserted an 85-foot insert with 50 more suites. Expanded dining options. We have 2 more restaurants. We are here at the Star Grill, and we have Cuarto 44, our Spanish alternative dining. But we also revamped the existing spaces. So we have a completely new Amphora restaurant. We have a completely new veranda restaurant, reimagined spa. It's all being built completely new. So you do not know whether you are in a previous part of the ship or whether you're in the new part of the ship because it's seamless. The suites on all our Star Class ships are at least 270 square foot, so they are very spacious. The suites which were existing, we have renovated and updated, and the new suites we thought we'd do a little different and move the bed to the window wall. So when you come in, You have a bedroom separated from the living room. You have a walk-in closet. You have a real bathroom with large showers with two vanities. So it's very spacious. We've also done a whole lot of technical installations. We've changed out our engines, have a complete new set of environmentally friendly engines, upgraded air conditions, such as UVC lighting technology with HEPA filtration. I've known these ships for so many years, and seeing them in this new refurbished state is just unbelievable. I mean, I'm so proud of the team, of what they have done and what they have accomplished with this fleet. To me, this is a new ship.
Oh, I like that video. This, this ship is like a brand new ship. Windstar. So before I kind of go into this, people ask me, which major cruise line now owns Windstar? They ask me that all the time. Windstar is actually owned by Xanterra Travel Collection. The only cruise line they own is Windstar. They own the Broadmoor Hotel. They own a couple other boutique hotels. So they really approach their cruise line as more like a boutique hotel experience. And so it's you've got this boutique hotel floating in the ocean, and it is their shining star, their pride and joy. So they really put a lot into making that experience personalized. They spend a lot more time in port, so they have more late night departures. They want to have that authentic connection with your destination, and they do like to get you into these ports that the big ships just can't get into. Again, small ships, small capacity. They have the French balconies are on their balcony suites. They have a couple of bigger suites that have the full walkout balconies. But this ship was kind of designed in another era. These ships were originally the original Seabourn ships. And if you want to see our ship, the Star Legend, in a movie, you can see the wonderful masterpiece Speed 2. It was the ship that was featured. It was the Seabourn Legend at the time. So just a little statistics about the ship right there. That's a fun, wonderful atmosphere there. You see they have deck parties. They have this wonderful picnic kind of deck party for everybody. Then you also have that wonderful atmosphere of that onshore experience, the Library of Ephesus. They also have a famous crew talent show that everyone says is just one of the highlights. And they do have a nice party band that will play in the evenings for your entertainment. Plenty of things to do to keep you busy and have fun. And you notice that all the pictures of people enjoying the ship, they're dressed casually, never a jacket or a tuxedo. It's just a relaxed, casual experience. And one of the things that I think is so exciting about Windstar is they've partnered with the James Beard Foundation to recognize and celebrate wonderful chefs, writers, restaurateurs and their goal is to advance the culinary arts. And so they emphasize innovation in their culinary experience. They want to have a really welcoming ambiance in all their restaurants. And they really offer a wide variety of foods. I know we have someone in our group that is a vegan, and she's been a vegan for about over 10 years. And one of the things we're very excited about for her is that Windstar offers a really, really expansive vegan menu. They also have all kinds of great food for omnivores as well. This is 2025 was their 10th year, so we're coming up on their 11th year partnering with the James Beard Foundation. And here's a little video just a quick video giving some highlights of that. Everything looks delicious there. You get lots of dining choices. Steve, is this one of the ships where they have switched out the Quattro 44 for the Asian? There's an Asian bistro up there now, I believe.
Yeah, it's an Asian fusion place, but yeah, it's a Quattro
Asian
44
fusion.
still
Okay,
there.
so Quattro 44 has been replaced by Asian fusion on there. I'm not sure if it's announced or actually in place yet, but there will be an
Yes,
Asian food.
it started October, November of last year, so it's
Okay, so just put in there. They have, so many great dining venues on board the ship. It's kind of interesting that they switch it around, I think, so that their guests that are returning time and time again will always have a different dining experience. And then they have wonderful lounges and public spaces for their entertainment venues and pianos and observation. Just, always a great place to enjoy live music. And a beautiful pool. When they did the Star Initiative, they built this beautiful, what do you call this? It's like a infinity pool. You can see they have lots of sun deck space. With only 312 people on there, you're probably not going to have to fight anybody to get a lounge share. And they do have all suite accommodations. So, this is one of their French balcony suites. But the next slide, if you're wondering what those porthole suites look like, you get light. It's a beautiful room. I mean, it's huge. It's furnished out just as lovely as the picture window suites. So there's one of the ones with the picture window, and there's two configurations. Remember, he talked about it. The newer suites have the bed or I'll show you that here. The newer suites have the bed by the window, and the original suites have the bed as you first come in the room. So depending on which one you prefer, if you're booking in 2027, you have a choice. If you're booking in 2026, you have a choice of a porthole suite or whatever that other suite is that's available. They do have these grand owner suites. They do have an outside balcony that you can walk out on. And if you're booking like for extended family, they can be kind of configured together where they all connect together. And so let's talk about our group rates. So our group rates include the all-inclusive package. They include a 5% savings off the launch rate, and they also include, they're just a tremendous value over the booking individual prevailing rates right now. And I'll show you some charts that kind of show that. So what is included in that all-inclusive rate? So it is Wi-Fi, unlimited beer, wine, and cocktails, free prepaid gratuities. And like I said, our group rates have that already included. If you book directly with Windstar, they give you a price without the all-inclusive. They give you a price with it. If you don't book it ahead of time and you get on the ship and go, I really wish I had booked that AI rate. It's $110 per person per day when you get on the ship. So if you really want that, you need to make sure you book it ahead of time. So this is our 2027 pricing. So for those of you that are interested in 2027, our group rates are really a good savings. I went in yesterday morning and populated this fields with this is the Windstar Direct rate with the all-inclusive. So you can see, and as a matter of fact, our rates with the all-inclusive, if you do the math here, that is way less than the difference is way more than $1,600. So our all-inclusive rates are actually even better than their standard rates because the savings is more than $1,600. It's 16 times 8 is that would be the difference between the all-inclusive and the standard one. So really, really good pricing on the 2027 cruise. You can see it's a tremendous savings over booking direct. That is the cabin total price. So that's not per person. These are the cabin totals based on double occupancy. And I should have put that someplace more clear. So let me say this. This is cabin total based on double occupancy. And it is savings per suite, which is not clear, but this is the total suite price based on double occupancy. I'll say that one more time. Total suite price based on double occupancy, not per person. All right. So then I do have a slide for 2026. So I'll go over that one. I didn't have time to really update this. I thought that the porthole suite was all we have. There is one Star Ocean View suite. We think it is an S1. I called it 530 today. So this is for 2026. Again, total price per suite, not per person. And this price might be higher. I didn't update this because again, I thought we just had one porthole suite. As of 5:30 today, there were 2 porthole suites and 1 star ocean view suite that was available when I called. So if you're interested in this, call me after our presentation and I will take your information and I can put one of these cabins for our October 19th, 2026 cruise on hold for you. So this is exciting. We want to get you booked for Turkey and Greece. We have maybe 3 spots available for 2026. And then 2027 is wide open. You have your choice of cabins. You can do a French balcony. You can do a ocean view. You can do a porthole if you need to save money. So we have a wide variety for 2027.
Yeah, I did mention that we have 20 cabins booked in 2026. So I thought it also.
Yeah, we have a nice group.
And 4 cabins booked in 27.
And I also want to mention this. We're not going on the 2027 cruise. It is just a promotional group for us. We are escorting the 2026 group. But either way, you do not have to do anything with us. I am not going to be herding you around and going, oh, we're going to be here, and you have to be here with the group. No, you are free to do as much or as little with a group if you want to socialize this group to hang out with. We'll tell you we'll be here for happy hour. Please come and visit if you want. But if you don't want to hang out with us, there is no obligation. Some of us are friends. We've known each other for years. And if you want to meet us and hang out, you're always welcome. We welcome new people into our cruise group all the time. But if you want to do your own thing, you're welcome to do that too. You can even pretend you have no clue who I am, because if I don't know what you look like, I can't say hi to you, but I'm joking. But feel free to do as much or as little with the group. You are under no obligation to do anything with the group. It is all open seating at dining, so I will not be doing any group dining arrangements or anything. That's probably some of us that will meet at happy hour, and then we'll go, okay, let's all go to dinner at so-and-so with this restaurant. And we may, have a couple of tables where we sit together a couple times. So it's all fun. This again is the 2027 itinerary. It's identical. 2026 just starts on October 19th. And again, here's our pricing. I did tell people that if they were interested in 2026, I would give some alternative cruises for 2026. These are a little bit larger ships. These are celebrity cruises. I do a lot of bookings with them. These prices are not as all-inclusive as Windstar. This is just with drinks and Wi-Fi, refundable deposits. This is your cabin total based on double occupancy. For this is a brand new ship, Celebrity XL. And this is another one that I have on Celebrity. Again, this is just group pricing, speculative group pricing. So no, we're not escorting this one. But again, I have some good pricing on these Celebrity cruises as well. There's this one as well. This is September 28th. I have something nice, and these are all veranda cabins here. Cabin total based on double occupancy includes drinks and Wi-Fi, and it has the flexible refundable deposits. So some interesting itineraries that Celebrity has. This is one of their older ships with the traditional balconies. We also do other kinds of groups too. I always like to mention this. We still have some good cabins. We have one balcony concierge class left on this solar eclipse cruise sailing out of Southampton for August of 2026. And that price is the cabin total. I have lots of ocean views. So if you're interested in the ocean view, I can book you on this. This ship is nearly sold out, and the pricing direct is a lot more than this. So this is a good deal if you're interested in seeing a solar eclipse. Steve and I have been on, we actually went on 2 cruises in one year where we had partial solar eclipses. It's really interesting to see them. There's Steve with his eclipse classes. We've got a little bit of space on the 35-night voyage of the Vikings with the solar eclipse. There's a couple of other ones with, we're planning on, that's kind of a cool itinerary if you're into icebergs and frozen stuff. And speaking of frozen stuff. We've got 2 itineraries going to Antarctica in 2027 on expedition ships. This is price per person because it's a 100-passenger expedition ship, and you do get out and you get to walk around Antarctica. It's such a remote area. It's amazing. We have a special deal with Aurora Expedition that any clients that book with us into our promotional groups get an extra 10% off whatever the promotional rate is that's going on the cruise right now. So you get an extra 10% off by booking with us. We have this wonderful Across the Antarctic Circle itinerary. If you ever want to do an expedition, Aurora is a fantastic company. They do a great job. They also have this wonderful, this is the one where you see all the penguins in South Georgia, 200,000 penguins or whatever it is, a million penguins, I'm not sure. Now, this is the more extensive cruise. It's 20 nights. That's why you see that price point. But I've had several clients do this cruise, and it is fantastic. I also have Celebrity in 2027, a scenic sailing only cruise. I've done that twice with Celebrity. It's fantastic. I feel like everybody needs to see Antarctica at least once. As of February of this year, I'll have seen it 3 times. It's amazing. So our first expedition was to Svalbard, which nobody knows. This is a polar odyssey. You're going to see polar bears, all kinds of things. This is not my picture, but I think someone on our expedition might have taken that picture. But this is my own picture here. That gives you kind of an idea what the landscape is like up there. It is an amazing Arctic expedition, and we are escorting the group back up there in 2027, right, Steve? Yes, June and July of 2027. Okay, then let's see. We also do some European river cruises. We've got Romantic Ride with Lucerne Lake Como, August of 26. It's about the last time to book it and take advantage of our group pricing. So if you're interested in that, give me a call right away. In 27, we are also doing the Colombian Snake Rivers in the American West. That is going to be in Washington and Oregon. We have a nice little group started on that. It's going to be an amazing, amazing experience. That is a price per person. American Cruise Line, they are paying American wages and doing business in America, very small ship experience. So, it's priced a little bit like a European river cruise. But absolutely outstanding experience. Great way to see the US. Let's see. In July of 27, I also have a Celebrity Solar Eclipse cruise. You can see it's going to just touch the top of Africa, and Celebrity will be sailing right in here on the day the solar eclipse cruises. So I am your gal for eclipse sailing. If you're more into Northern Lights, we have a wonderful Holland America Northern Lights cruise. We have a nice little group going on this. We have several people booked on the 14-day version and several people booked on the 28-day version. The 28-day version includes a transatlantic, so you don't have to fly back home all the way across the ocean. You just come back on the transatlantic and fly home from, is it Miami or Fort Lauderdale, Steve? I think it is. It's not Boston, is it?
No, it's one of the Florida cities. I can't remember. I think it's Fort Lauderdale.
It's Florida.
I wouldn't swear.
I think it's Fort Lauderdale. And then if you ever want to do Christmas markets, we've actually got a shorter Christmas markets cruise as well. I didn't have time to make up the slide for it. We've got this long one, and then we have a short 5-day one. So if you want to dip your little foot in Christmas markets and river cruising, that was a great one to give you your start. And then we have this longer one. That's total price for 2. So very extensive Christmas markets cruise, amazing experience. And if you didn't see anything that you like here,
what happened to the cruise back to back the Windstar? You want to stay do more?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that one. I didn't throw in a slide for that. So we're getting off the Windstar cruise in 2026. I'll just mention it really quick, in 2026, and we're staying 3 days in Athens. Then we're getting on a Celebrity cruise that does the Mediterranean and Malta and Italy and goes to Barcelona. And then we're staying on that ship and we're doing transatlantic together. And so if you are interested in this Windstar and then you want to say, well, we'll tell me about those other two. We have great pricing on those two celebrity cruises. So, and Steve, they gave us a couple more balcony cabins. I was in there today. I booked Audrey, and there's one more balcony cabin, and there's still a great selection of the Aqua class and great selection of Ocean View on that sailing. So there's some good options on that celebrity cruise as well. And then you can stay on the ship and take the transatlantic home if you're interested. So that's what we're doing. It's cheaper than flying business class to get back home. That's what I say. So yeah, I didn't have that one, but didn't see anything there. We got tons of groups. We got headquarters space. We're a preferred vendor for so many of these cruise lines that they give us all kinds of special pricing. With us being in the circle of excellence, we have all kinds of groups. With CruiseOne Entering Vacations being the leading retailer of cruises in North America, we have all kinds of special pricing. So call me. I am your gal to get you a good deal. So again, we've got all-inclusive package included already. Oh, I forgot to mention, you get the bonus $200 onboard credit for 26 or 27. So that's great. You get onboard credit. You get 5%. The 5% is already in that pricing that I gave you. And you get the destination discovery event. And of course, you get my wonderful concierge planning, all my experience of like, okay, this is how you get here. This is where you go. So, 26, you got to call me right away. 27, of course, we want you to book right away, but you have a lot more choices in cabins. So, please give me a call, reach out to me. We've got a low price guarantee. You're not going to get better prices if you go to Windstar Direct. Here's how to reach out to us. If you call our number, it rings at both our Tucson office or my office. So, whichever one of us picks up, we'll be glad to help you. And I guess I'll just open it up to questions. Does anybody have questions? I'll leave my slideshow up in case I need to refer back to something. You can put it in the chat box. Okay, wondering if they have more food is all gourmet. Is it all gourmet, which we don't care for? I'm sure you can get steak and potatoes. They have a grill. I'm sure they have steak, potatoes. It's not all going to be octopus and and that. Yes, so they are going to have the specialty restaurants are going to have more of that gourmet food. That was like the chef's table that you saw. The main restaurant is going to have more of like a continental. No, I'm not going to be eating raw meat either. Thank you. No, they're not going to have. It's not going to be all weird stuff. They're the main. You know what I can do, Kat, is I can see if I can find
I'm
a
a meat
sample.
and potatoes kind of guy myself, so I'm not.
Yeah, Steve's me.
I don't even eat seafood, so.
Steve's not a grilled octopus kind of guy. But what I can see, Kat, is I can see if I can find a sample menu from the main dining room restaurant. And one of those restaurants is a grill. So it's going to be like grilled meats, grilled chicken.
Steaks, burgers, grilled chicken and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. There was raw meat on that. I didn't see any raw meat, but whatever. I saw some rare meat. Well, I saw some rare meat. And of course, if you don't like your steak rare, you order it. You can always order it, medium well or however you like it cooked. So
yeah, you have to embrace the culture.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, Steve will not.
She's going to learn.
No, Steve will not be eating octopus. I can tell you, my husband will not be eating octopus. And neither will my vegan daughter. So she will not be eating octopus either. So, they have a variety of food. Yes.
I went on a similar cruise. We flew into Istanbul and went to Athens. We stopped at Ephesus, Santorini, Mykonos, and then to Athens. So when we flew in, we stayed on the ship in Istanbul the first night. What's the arrival and when do you depart? Do you have a day in Istanbul to sightsee?
No. you need to be on the ship, by like 3 o'clock, and the ship
Right,
sails that
right.
night. So it does. So we are coming in. We're going to arrive in Istanbul on the 17th, for this year, and Steve's already picked out a really cool hotel for us. It's right near the Blue Mosque and the Hagia Sophia and the bazaar and lots of little cafes, and so we're going to stay right in downtown.
They're right there in the historic district.
Right. Because I've
Yeah.
Becky hasn't traveled to that area yet, so I know she needs to see all that. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna spend 2 nights in Istanbul before the cruise. Just
Okay.
to make sure we have 1 day to recover and maybe do a little something, but then the next
Right.
day have a whole day to do what we want.
right. And then you said you're
Okay.
going to be in Athens for 3 days.
For 3 nights after the cruise,
Yeah.
before we get on
Okay.
that celebrity cruise with both of us.
Right.
Hang on. I've got something for Kat. I'm going to put it over here and make it big. Okay, so Kat, this is a sample menu from one night at Amphora. Can you see that? So Caesar salad, that's kind of normal.
Orange.
Well, so no comment. Some people
Ignore
don't
him.
like
Just ignore him.
Yes. Some
Lasagna,
people
there we
don't
go.
lasagna, New York strip, herb roasted chicken breast, Atlantic salmon,
And that's one
grilled
thing I
chicken
also
breast.
noticed they have that in the class menu. So those things on the class that are available every night. It doesn't.
Yeah, mashed
So
potatoes.
If there is a weird, and I see weird seafood, so if I see weird, I can always get something that classic level.
Baked potato. Okay. So, this is the new,
Basil and Boo's, the new restaurant.
that's the new restaurant. So, there's glazed chicken, salmon. Okay,
There's
so
your raw
there's
bar.
raw meat. There you go. You don't have to eat that, Kat.
Nope.
So
Free range
there's
chicken, veal medallion. There we go. I'm all set.
veal medallions, free range chicken, which will be cooked. Candles menu. So they'll have the grilled fish of the day. You saw that they would go to the market and they buy the fish fresh. So bone-in beef ribeye tomahawk. That's probably for 2 ounces.
Ooh, that's big.
So broccolini, asparagus, panko coated onion rings. So now the Quadro 44 is no longer on board. They've switched that out. The Star Grill, so lamb shoulder, again salmon, barbecue skirt steak. So yes, I would say they have normal food, Kat, and that Amphora menu is going to rotate. They just happen to put one night on the menu. So day 3 is this Amphora again? Yeah, this is Amphora. So yeah, a good variety. Yeah, they have normal food, I would say.
Right.
All right, glad I could help. Glad I was able to pull that up really quickly. All right. Any other questions, guys?
The
Anything you want me-
excursions, so the excursions, we book them through y'all will help book the excursions, or how does
Well,
that work?
you book them right online through the
Windstar portal. You'll get a
Windstar
cruise
portal.
planner account and you log in there and book them there.
Yeah, and you get to, if you want to, you can apply that $200 onboard credit before you have to pay with your credit card, so $200 of that can be applied towards an
Per person,
excursion. Is it per person?
Yeah,
That sounds right, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a good deal.
And are there discounts with the excursions, or are those as listed?
As listed, those I pulled up based on 2026 pricing. Possibly they could be going up a little bit if the vendors are charging more, but I still feel like their prices are pretty fair.
Mm-hmm.
And those ones that are huge dollar amounts, they're private, and like I
Right.
said, I'm not sure what the number of people are, if they had up to
vans are
10
6.
people.
Like I said, I've been there to most of the cities before, and they're not going to be cheaper for sure.
Yeah, I feel like their prices are very fair.
Yeah.
I went to Iceland with another cruise line last year, and I was like, couldn't believe how much the prices were. And third-party vendors were much cheaper. And most of us booked our excursions through third parties because we felt like the cruise lines were way too expensive. And we were very happy with our third-party excursions. So. All right. Well, we're
we're
coming
just about
up
out
on
of an
the
hour. Any other further
any
questions?
any
Don't wanna
last
keep people too long
questions?
here.
All right. Well, we want to again thank you so much for coming. We hope this was informative and helped you out and help you find out all the information that you needed. And if you're interested in 26, I'm going to have my phone open tonight, and I will call Windstar. I have to call the groups department in the morning to get you booked. So hopefully, fingers crossed that those cabins will still be there. They're pretty much closed for the evening now because they're on, I guess I could try, but they're on East Coast hours. So they're,
Well, for reference, that star cabin that's available, the S1, that's what we're in. So that's the midship, deck 4.
Mm-hmm.
Big
I think there might be,
Did you take it?
yeah, there might be a couple on deck 6. Okay. All right. Well, thank
Well,
everybody
thank you
for
for coming.
coming. And
we'll have an email out later this evening. Thank you email. Plus, it'll have a link to the recording of this webinar. So if you want to watch it again or share it with your friends, or whatever, it'll be available on YouTube to do that.
Okay.
all right.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
stop the
Thanks.
share and just say bye to everybody. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay,
Have a
thank
wonderful
you.
evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Took the picture.